What's going on, YouTube? I wanted to make this quick video to announce that I have started a gaming channel. Now, the reason why I'm doing this instead of just fully making a game, I've been debating about this, whether I want to do this because it takes away time from me making my game and potentially making future games. But it's also something that can kind of help me, obviously, give me a break, a little bit. Um, and kind of do something on the side, but still produce value while making content on a separate channel. But not on this one because I don't think a YouTube algorithm would push both a game dev channel and then a gaming channel itself. Second of all, it allows me to post content more frequently than just small updates. As you know, it takes long for me to make updates to the game dev, so there's not much to show, which I think would create interesting content. And I don't want this channel to become so much of a tutorial channel. I will make tutorials. If the comments request tutorials, I would gladly make tutorials, especially if there's like a big demand for it. But if I can make small games, I'm sorry if there's like some echo in here. I'm in a new apartment too. I think I mentioned that in the last video. If I can make smaller games, or if I could play games and be able to post videos like that on a separate channel, I think that'd be greater for my audience exposure and then also for me to not just relax, but kind of get like ideas from different games, or just maybe not ideas, but just play games in general. So I understand kind of the mechanics that I'm making. I understand what people like, understand what's good and what doesn't feel good. And I do play a lot of games. I have a lot of games in my Steam library. Um, the video I just uploaded to my other channel is gonna be called Zaya's Games or Zaya Games. Um, my name is Isaiah, by the way. My nickname is Zaya, so we'll see about the name on that later. But it's Zaya's Games. Go check that out. I played a white knuckle kind of game that was from itch.io that released, I think, on April 4th, about like a day ago. Um, so yeah, go check that out, and then continue on. The other thing is that this channel, while it is a game dev channel, it's very hard to post content to get. Say if I get to the point where I can actually get money from YouTube ad revenue, which is very far off, by the way. We're only on 25 subs on this channel. Um, Hopefully I can get to a decent amount, but I highly doubt this channel would ever exceed 70K to a few hundred K subs. And that's, I'm not too sure what the revenue would be from that per video, but even at that, it's like, what videos can I make that would produce enough YouTube revenue to kind of help the fund the game development? As far as funding goes right now, my family is basically helping me financially because I am still in college. I have mentioned that in other videos, but I'm also going to be graduating very soon. And that means I am going to have to get a full-time job very soon. Uh, Potentially within the next few months, because I actually will be part-time college next semester, but full-time this semester, or this is the last full-time semester I have, then I'll be part-time next semester. So I will have the ability to get a full-time job now, hopefully by sometime in May. My family is still giving me the leeway to kind of work on this game too, if I want to. Um, but preferably it would be nice if I could actually make my own money and be able to provide for myself as soon as possible, really. And be able to do this, be able to get this game out, get it fully functioning. I've just been getting back into it now over the past week. Really, I know I posted a video about a week ago, and I haven't done much since that last week. So hopefully now this week can actually get more into it. I've actually been working on it the past couple of days, but I thought if I can make a channel where I can get more viewers and be able to produce something more entertaining than just game dev and it appeals to a much wider audience, and hopefully the full gaming space itself, even though it's very hard to compete. That's the other thing with this gaming channel is like I can make a lot of content in this, but I've done this before where I've started a gaming channel, I think about like a year and a half ago, and it would get very little views. Some of the videos would get no views. It was very hard to me figure out what I need to do. I think a lot of channels, they might have some success, is what I'm seeing with just like doing indie games, these itch.io games, very small games that just don't see the light of day half of the time, whether they're on Steam or on itch.io, or just like not as mainstream. I feel like has niched it down enough in the game space that it can make this very possible. We'll see, but that's the hard thing. So hopefully between these two things, it can kind of accumulate enough of an audience where they're, at least the YouTube channel, maybe it gets more subs the gaming channel gets more subs than what the game dev channel, and maybe I can get revenue from there and have that support more of the game dev, which would be wonderful. If not, um, it can help in some ways or another. I really don't see too much downside besides it taking away time from game dev, and I do not want to make. I don't like gaming that much. Like I couldn't be. It's very hard to make gaming videos like every single day when you're not getting paid for it, and it's hard to like justify that with your family. Hey, I'm making like gaming videos, trying to do it full time. It's very difficult to justify that. So until I can actually get something working out otherwise, or until I start working, I will try and post to this gaming channel at least like a couple of times throughout the week, and we'll see if I could finally get its revenue out of it. If not, I mean, it's such a niche thing. I think with enough time, it would. Usually, from my study of like how YouTube works, it usually takes about 2 to 4 years if you're taking like a really niche and kind of like competitive route. If you could do that in between with also live streaming, you can kind of get a bit of an audience. But that's a long time from now. By then, I would probably be very close to my 30s as I am in my early 20s right now. And I can't take it that long. It's gonna take that long, but it's also not. I don't want it to take that long, at least like financially, and that's fine. If YouTube just if it takes that long, that's fine. But I will still have to end up working a full-time job or trying to get like these games out as fast as possible, while also producing quality games. So as you can see and understand, it is a very tight space. If you looked into I don't know if I've talked about like the marketing of YouTube on this, it's kind of goes by that 80/20 rule that from what I've heard most businesses go in the gaming market, that only about like the top 20% or top 15% of games. I've heard some articles or some vids even say it's only like the 4% of games actually turn a profit. So it's very competitive. This is a very niche space for me to get into. Even just doing YouTube financially is very difficult. But yeah, the best way if you guys want to support me, I've thought about making a Kickstarter, but I don't think I'm anywhere near there. I don't think I've made a game that people have been interested in. And I wouldn't mind making a Kickstarter, but I also don't want to feel like, all right, I need money now. I need it fully. Uh, and then I turn that into like a mainstream revenue and I don't deliver on the game right away. Like if anything, the main thing is like morally me accepting the idea of accepting donations or accepting funding for a game from like crowdfunding. To me, I'm not fully against it, but another part of me is against it. I guess is the point I'm trying to say, because I know there's like a lot of people that have made games and they don't, or maybe not a lot. There's like a decent amount or a good handful of people that make games and they never even released it, and a lot of people donated to them, and I've heard stories of that. But then that's just like YouTube algorithm people trying to get drama going on so as people watch their videos or watch the news articles or whatever. So there's that portion of it, and not just that, but just I want to be able to create a product and have it exchange as a transactional thing when it comes to making money. If I can make a product that you guys fully enjoy and you're willing to pay money for, that makes me happy. And it makes me feel good about myself that I'm actually providing value to you guys and actually providing something that you guys would feel at least it's pretty decent. I can't promise that the game would be fully finished by the time I'm done. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of bugs by the time I get to either a pre-release or a full release. Hopefully, more than likely, it might just end up being like a pre-release because it's kind of going to be like a personal passion project that I think I'll continuously update through the years. And I slowly work on this solo until I move on to the next. And then after some time and the initial launch, and I get some like decent financials, then maybe I can start a small team. That's the other reason of this channel. The more funding I have, it's very hard to just fund yourself. But say if I want to get to the point where I want to hire contractors or hire separate artists, just even contract work, not even hire them as full-time or part-time, just like a contract in which I commission them, that's already expensive enough. And I can only imagine what it's like to hire someone full-time or part-time. and have that on the back of your mind that this person's gonna, you have to provide for this person, and if not, you're gonna have to let them go to, actually take care of yourself beforehand. I know within like the AAA industry or any of the tech industry, we hear a lot of these cutoffs of these tech billionaires, or not even tech billionaires. I'm sure there's plenty of small studios that just lay people off because it's difficult. This is business. It's not really, can't show mercy, or can't, you can have sympathy, but it's not like, yeah, money isn't an emotion. It's like I said, it's business. So there's that consideration into all this too. So it would be really great to have whatever financial, how would I say it? Whatever financial means that I can make kind of support this, to be able to support myself, obviously, first of all, but then also to support the game dev. If this is truly what I do want to do, is after releasing my first game, is very far into the foreseeable future, but it will pass by fast. I mean, we're almost in May. This is like over a quarter of the year is almost done. We're almost half a year done. It, I got to be very desperate in a sense, but not too desperate. Just wanted to post this video. Go check out the channel. Hopefully, you guys like the videos. That's all I'd ask is, the best way to support me right now, and the best way I would like this to happen, is where you guys, I'm providing content that you guys like. I'm able to make content. I'm able to make game content. I'm able to, YouTube content, and I'm able to make most of the money from that. And I'm not having to ask donations from anyone. But this is a long shot when it comes down to it, and I really hope it works out. Um, and part of it is just going to be me being consistent with all of it and trusting the process, and hopefully about like a year into this, I see some sort of success or some kind of thing saying that I'm doing this the right way and I'm actually approaching something pretty decently. But anyways, thank you guys. I hope you're all doing well. Take care.